Hi guys, it's Danielle from Dell Daily. I thought I would put out a video for you guys today because I had a really interesting conversation with somebody last night, and it is not a conversation that I have not had before. I actually have it quite frequently, especially with friends and family. And the conversation went along the lines of somebody was asking me to do something and I said, sure, but I'm not going to be able to fit that in for about 2 to 3 weeks. And a really rude comment came back. But why? You don't work? What do you do all day? And I just thought, A, how rude is that? You're asking me to do you a favor. But B, I don't have a job. That does not mean I do not work, people, friends and family. I'm talking to you. I work. I have 2 businesses. I study full time and I'm a single mum. I'm trying to run a household. That's a full-time job on its own, let me tell you. So I just thought I would go through with you guys today a little bit about what's involved in my daily routine, what it takes to run a business, especially when you are starting from scratch. If you're not Kylie Jenner and you don't have millions of dollars behind your name so that you can pay everybody to do everything for you. Everybody's like, she's, this self-made billionaire. She's not self-made. I'm sorry, but she's not. Her family and their money made her before she was even old enough to decide that she liked lipsticks, let alone produce a lip kit. If you are starting from scratch, you are it. You are your manager. You are your promo team. You are the PA. You are sales. You are the labor force that is getting everything done. So you are going to work, and you are going to work a lot harder than what you would if you just had a regular 9 to 5 like everyone else. That's another comment that I get quite a lot. Why don't you just go and get a proper job? It would be so much easier. You could make your money more easier and then you could clock off. Yes, that is true. I could make a lot more money than what I'm making at the moment if I just went out and got a regular job. But my lifestyle does not allow for that. Like, it just doesn't. I need to be able to drop things at very short notice and go and deal with stuff that's happening here. I'm not going to go into too many details of that, but things happen that require me to react immediately, and I can't do that with a 9 to 5 job. Whilst I have a lot of things that I need to attend to for my businesses, at the end of the day, if I get that phone call and I need to go, I can go. So that is why I prefer to work for myself. So as I said, I've been up since 6 a.m. this morning, had my first coffee, and I'm actually drinking my second coffee of the day. So we're going to go into a little bit of shameless promo in my lovely Wonder Woman mug, because it does take Wonder Woman to get all the stuff done that I do. But I'm having my Moccona, if I can show you guys, where are we? Go this way. That I got from Black Box last night. So again, thank you Moccona, thank you Black Box. This is the smooth espresso. It is exactly what I need to continue with this day because it's gonna be a long one. So it's actually really, really nice. So really enjoying that one. So at 6 a.m. I get up, I have a coffee, I pop on YouTube videos, and I'm actually, one of the things that's on my list of things to do today is to look into podcasts so that I can actually just pop in my headphones and walk away. So I'm not actually watching the YouTube videos. What I'm doing is I'll put something on in the background and I'm listening. It might be something like someone might be doing a video on a particular plant or a genus or something like that that I don't know a lot about. And so I'm researching, I'm listening to what this person is saying about that plant, or it might be something about how to promote your business or how to take good photos, which is one of the things that's on my list to look up today. Is I'm trying to learn how to be more tech savvy. I'm trying to learn how to pick the right lighting and take photos to display your products, because I'm not so great with that stuff. And you've got to know what your weaknesses are and you've got to work on them, and it takes time. So I'll get up, I'll do that. While I'm listening to those videos, I'm going through my list of things that I've got to do for the day. So I'm going to go through, just because I don't have everything like itemized. Some days I do, some days I literally will book myself an appointment. At 9:30, we are going to make a video. and I try really, really hard to stick to that appointment, but I have actually been trying to make this video for about an hour and a half, and every time I sit down to do it, my son's out there making a coffee, or he's on the phone talking to somebody, or somebody knocks on the door. So it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you do have to change things around and just fit them in when you can. So that's why I tend not to write things in order. I'm just going to go through my scribble with you, and I'll let you know the things that I've already done and the things that I do need to get done still. So number one, today is Friday. So a lot of you guys know that I am not available on Saturdays. I do not work on Saturdays. The reason for that is because I am an Adventist. So I may not always make it to church every week, but we have a down day on Saturday, so we don't do any work. So while we're preparing for the Sabbath, we need to get all of our work for the week completed before sundown so that we can have that day off where we can just rest. So I will be going through a lot of things on a Friday. FYI, Fridays are so busy for me. People that are ringing me and messaging me and saying, let's go grab a coffee, let's go grab lunch. I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it. Fridays is so busy for me. Please forgive me. So I will try and get all of the shopping, all of the business stuff, all of the chasing appointments for myself and for my son, meals cooked, all of that. I'll try and get that done by sundown so that when the sun sets, I can just and have my 24 hours. So as I said, I don't always make it to church every week, and I miss everyone at church when I'm not there. I'm just having a down day. Sometimes I am so burnt out by the time it gets to Sabbath that sometimes I literally just spend the day doing nothing. I just sit on the lounge and I just relax. And that is the best thing in the world for me. So we are preparing for the Sabbath. I have been messaging customers back since 6 a.m. since I got up. As soon as I wake up, I check all of my social network feeds and I will start replying to people. I haven't got through to everyone yet. I will continue to do that throughout the day. I'm also thinking and planning what kind of content I'm going to try and put out for the day. So I haven't got to the stage where I'm putting out content daily, which is why some days I bomb you guys, like on my Botanique page. So some days I will just bomb people and I'll put out like 10 posts, and other days you might not hear from me for a few days. I'm trying to regulate that, but as I said, sometimes you just got to get things in as and when you can. So I'm planning to get some Instagram photos done today. For example, it's Philodendron Friday for all the plant lovers, so I'm going to try and get at least one post regarding one of the philodendron plants that I have here. I might try and get one of my philodendrons up for sale, so I might do a sales post either on my Facebook page or on Marketplace, and then I'll try and have an unrelated piece of content. So I'll have my theme of the day, and then I try and do something that's different, just so that we're keeping things fresh. Because one of the things when you are in business for yourself is you do need to stay in the forefront of people's minds. So people's attention span is short. I feel like I'm bombing people sometimes, and they probably feel the same way. But the reality is, if you have come across my page on a Monday, you've just discovered me for the first time, I'm only open on Sundays. So if I don't post anything for 1 week and Sunday rolls around and my sale day is on, you've probably forgotten about me by then. And then it's going to be another Sunday until you get to see me. So if you go another Sunday and you've forgotten about me, it's kind of like the 2 or 3 strikes you're out thing, like in the human brain. So if they plan to do something and they don't 2 or 3 times, chances are they're not going to. You're going to need a really big draw card to get them back in, because if they go, I've missed it, then the brain tends to go, well, that's not important. And that is just how the human mind works. So you need to be reminding them who you are, what you offer, where you are, how they can get in touch with you. And if you don't do that at all throughout the week, you've lost that customer. That's because that's my model. I'm only open on Sundays or through appointments. So that's what I have to work with. But it's also accurate for other models as well. Attention spans are short, so you need to stay in the forefront of people's minds. So planning content getting content out. I'm also going to try and get a YouTube video done for Botanique today. It may or may not happen. I've gotten to a stage where I'll have a list of about 100 things that I want to achieve for the day, and obviously I'm not getting through that whole list, and I'm okay with that. As long as I can tick some things off, what I'll do is anything that's left over on the list, I reevaluate at the end of the day. Was this actually important, or can we cross it off? If it's still important, it goes up to the #1 spot for the next day. So I'll push it over. Anything that's circled or highlighted, I'll then look at it the next day. So we've done that one. Now I'm trying to get a bit more exposure. So today I'll be looking into other social networks that I'm not involved in. So we just recently, 2 weeks ago, got into doing YouTube videos, which I'm loving. I'm learning a lot as I'm going. I know this video is going to be one of the long ones because I can see I've already been rambling for 10 minutes and I'm not even halfway through what I wanted to talk about. So I'm learning, but we need to get ourselves onto other platforms. So today I'm going to be investigating Twitter and Snapchat. Now, to investigate that, I am probably going to do one of two things. It depends. If I've got 5 minutes to sit down and actually watch something, I will be YouTubing how to run a business on Snapchat or how Twitter works or something like that. If I don't, I will probably just Google it. I'll make a couple of notes in the diary and it will become something that I will come and look back at later. I find I learn really, really easily by watching YouTube videos. There is just so much good content out there. There's some other stuff out there that's kind of like, meh, you don't really know what you're talking about. Skip through it. So I find that I learn really, really well because you can see they're posting this, they're writing this, they're doing this, and it walks you through it step by step. So that's one that I'm going to be doing today. I also need to start preparing my next lot of advertisements. So we ran an ad on Facebook ads the other day. It did really well. We got a lot of new people over to the page. I'm investigating Instagram ads today, so whether I get one completed or not will depend entirely upon whether I get a YouTube video for Botanique finished today, because the ad that I want to run, I want to link it back to the YouTube video. So one's going to hinge on the other. If I don't get that done, I'll at least be investigating the Instagram ads and looking into those. So that's still on the to-do list. I mean, I don't know if I already spoke about this, but after I did my morning planning for the day, I've also done all of the housework for the day, got all my laundry done. I have had a chat with my son about the different things that he needs to get done today. So there's a lot of different things that are going on. I have 3 gifts that I need to go and buy today. So part of just being a human being and having friends and family is I have 3 presents for birthdays and different things that have come up that today is the only day I'm going to get a chance to go out and get them done. So somewhere in my day, I've got to squeeze in a shopping trip. And they are 3 extremely different people. So it's not like I can do a one-stop shop. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be popping here, there, and everywhere all over town to get that done. I have to get some study done today. And I'm looking at a minimum of 2 to 3 hours because I've got assessments that are coming up. I have to have my course completed by September to meet my requirements. And I tend to run behind, catch up. Run behind, catch up. And I'm in a 100%, I'm in a run behind mode at the moment. So I am trying to catch up and I'm going to need to put in at least 2 or 3 hours of study today to even knock the tiniest bit off. And I should be putting in more than that every day, but life happens. So at least 2 or 3 hours of study is going to happen today. I've got to help my son finish some of his applications that he's put in. He's got some various services that he's linking into. We need to catch up with those, make some appointments for those. We need to be chatting with various people that he's working with at the moment. So I've got to be on top of his stuff as well as being on top of my own stuff. I have to do some of my black box promos. So I did mention the lovely Moccona coffee that I've had today, but I'm also going to be doing some Instagram pics of some of the other products. I need to do some meal planning around some of the meal items that were included in the box, we decided we're actually going to give the lemon coriander bake a go. So I'm going to be looking into how I can best prepare that and hopefully enjoy that one. And then we're going to look into some of the other things that were in the box, like the tomatoes and the chickpea pasta, and what kind of a recipe we can make that will include some of those other products there as well. So I need to be meal planning, which means that I need to go grocery shopping. So they are standalone items. They're not the whole meal. I need to go and buy all the other bits and bobs that are going to go into those and then come home and try and get that done. I probably won't get that done today just because Friday is coming into the Sabbath. So it's probably something that I will get done on Sunday or Monday. So that's okay. It's one of those things that if you can't get it done today, push it over to the next day. What else? Because it is coming into the Sabbath and my sale day runs on Sunday and I will not be working tomorrow, I need to get everything potted up today. Everything that I intend to have out in the sale. So although we've got a lot of stuff that is already potted up and ready to go, I've got over 100 propagation stations. Now, they're just drink bottles. They're not the fancy ones that are very popular at the moment, but I've got over 100 propagation stations that I will need to go around and check individually which ones have enough roots to be potted up. I also have a lot of plants that might be in a small container that need to go up to the next size. I need to go and check all of my plants, see how their water levels are doing, see if they need any bits trimmed off, make sure that they're healthy and they're ready to go. And then I will go around and I will price all of the plants that have not got prices on already. Now, a lot of times come Sunday morning, I've done a lot of that, but there are still plants that are going to go out and they won't have prices on because there's only so much one person can get done in a day. So I need to prepare all of my plants today. That's another thing that I need to get done. Also on my list is I need to start clearing out the garden beds out the back because we are moving in a few months. So we need to get those done. We cannot move until we have got all of those beds removed because we do rent here and I would like my bond back. So little by little, the plan is to go through one bed at a time, remove one plant at a time if that's what it takes. If I can only allow myself 20 minutes in the day and get one plant out and one plant potted up, so be it. As long as I'm moving towards that goal every day, it's not like I have to go out there and remove an entire garden bed in one day. That's not going to happen. I would break my back if I did that, but we need to work on that today. So we're always just chipping away at jobs, chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. So that needs to happen today. I need to get back in touch with my financial counselor today because, as you guys know, we are in debt. So I just want to stay on top of those things. If you are in a similar situation and you are struggling, speak to somebody because they can consolidate things for you. They can put arrangements in place. They can help you. The worst thing you can do is ignore it and ignore it and ignore it and hope that it goes away, because then you're going to get late fees and defaults and court notices and all those kind of things. Get on top of it. As soon as you realize that you're struggling, you don't have to I thought that a lot of those consolidation places were like if you got 10 grand of debt or more. And I'm thinking, well, I don't have that much, so they can't help me. There are other places out there that can help you. They can give you a hand, and I'm going to pause this because the garbage truck is coming by. Okay, so I think it's gone far enough down the street so that you don't have to hear that noise anymore. So let's see where we were up to. So yeah, there are other organizations out there that can help you. You don't have to wait until you're absolutely over your head. Just go and talk to somebody. Nip it in the bud. While it's just a little problem, nip it in the bud. They can help you. So that's something that I need to be checking in with today just to see where we're up to and whether we can negotiate things any further just to try and rein our budget in, because as I said in one of our other videos, our budget is so tight. There is no room for error in our budget. So as I kind of get one thing paid off, I'm like, okay, so can we negotiate this so that I can have that $5 a week back? Because $5 a week makes a difference. I'm going to do another video on what you can actually get for $5 a week. So there are a lot of food pantries around the neighborhood, and don't feel ashamed to go to those, because for $5 you can get a lot of food, Save money where you can, but that's a topic for another day. So after I do that, we've got 3 fish tanks here that need to be cleaned out. They have needed doing for a while. It has to get done today. That's one of the non-negotiables today, because we want our pets to be healthy and living their best life. So they need to have a full water change. So what I will generally do throughout the week is I do like a mini water change where I'm just taking some of the old water out and putting some fresh water back in, but they actually need a full clean out today. So that is something that I need to get done. That is probably going to take me at least an hour or more to do all 3 of those. I also need to go and visit one of my friends today, help her out with her business, because I did promise I would come and see her today. I'm about to message you as soon as I get off this video. I promise, I haven't forgotten. We're going to be going and doing that today. So one of the other things that we do here is we don't just sell plants, we sell a lot of other products. So we have just sold off a huge batch of worms. We sell worms, castings, and worm tea. So our stock has been really depleted. So I really need to go and check on the worms. I need to go and check on the worm bins. If you guys come here and you see a absolutely huge container that's got a big carpet over the top of it, it's what we're turning into a new worm bin. So at the moment it's just got compost in there, so just lots of leaves and twigs and sticks and things breaking down. When it's actually full, we're going to be adding some of our worms from our other bin systems into there so that they can break that down on a bigger scale for us. But I need to be going through and checking how many worms we've got at the moment, whether we need to be buying any more in or whether we need to just lay off selling some for a while. Checking the health of the bins, because sometimes we've got a few people that will add to our bins, our neighbours, and sometimes if we're not keeping on top of how much other people are adding in and we haven't checked the bins for a while, they can go sour. So if you're putting too much stuff in your worm bins, it can actually drive the worms out. So we need to do a worm health check today. That is also non-negotiable because I haven't checked in on them for a little while. But yeah, as I said, in our separate containers, we've just sold off a whole lot of our stock. So I need to go and check the main bins. So that's on for the day today. I have got to go and do some book work. So at the moment, on paper, our business is running at a loss. It is expanding, so that's why we're in that process of expanding at the moment. But there are a lot of factors in that. So yes, I'm spending money on ads and I'm spending money on buying new plants and I'm doing stuff like that. But one of the other reasons that you can have losses in your business is because we have people pinching things. So it's really unfortunate because I'm trying to keep my overheads down, that we are running this from home, and because I am running out of space to put things. As you guys know, when you come here, there are plants everywhere. It makes it really easy pickings for people. Like, I literally had one of the big pots about this big that I was growing potatoes in. Somebody stole my freaking potatoes, man. They stole my potatoes. I had potatoes growing out the front and they've just picked up the container with the potatoes in it and it's gone. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. Who steals potatoes? So we've got to go around and we've got to do a bit of a stock take and see what we've got, what's missing, what needs to be replaced. Even if it's like it might not have been pinched, sometimes things get put in corners and they get put out of the way and I tend to forget they're there. And then I go back and I find them and they haven't been watered in a few weeks and they're dead. So that's another loss that you've got to just kind of bright off and go, what can you do about it? So we need to go through that, but we also need to do our book work. So stay on top of your book work. You need to keep receipts for everything. So as I said, on paper, our business is running at a loss, and it actually is at the moment. I mean, it is bringing in money, but it's all funneling back into the business. When it comes to tax time, If you do not stay on top of your receipts, it's going to look like you're running in a positive balance. And that may be all well and good, but if you're actually running in a negative balance, you're going to be paying tax on money that you haven't made. Do your bookwork. So stay on top of that one, guys. Normally, I try and do that at least once a week. I try and go through and consolidate all of my receipts. I haven't actually had a chance to do that for about 2 or 3 weeks now. So there's quite a lot that has been spent in that time. And I actually don't know where we're up to at the moment. I don't know if we're in the positive or the negative. And I need to get on top of that ASAP, because I don't want to be running either way without knowing where I'm standing, because I want to be above board and make sure that I'm doing the right thing at all times. And I actually don't know where we're sitting this week. So that is a non-negotiable that has to be done today. Okay, so we also need to list some plants for sale today. So one of the things that I tend to get a bit lazy on is relying on the Sunday sale days. And it's not enough. You need to actually be posting individual plants for sale, especially when you get to the stage where I'm at, where the plants are taking over and I'm not moving enough plants throughout the week to be having space to be bringing new plants in. So we just did a huge plant haul the other day. I have brought in dozens and dozens of new plants and I don't have anywhere to put them. So I have got to list like a lot of plants over the next few days. So I'm going to really try and get to that one today. If I don't, I will probably push that one over to Sunday and Monday. But this week, I'm sorry, I'm going to be bombing you guys with lots of plants for sale, but I've got to start moving some stuff and clearing out some rooms. So that's got to be done. So it takes time. You guys seem to think, like my friends and family seem to think that all I do is I sit around on a Sunday and sell plants to people. It takes time to go and take a photo of a Stromanthi, write a post that this is a Stromanthi and I'm selling it for this price and this is where you can find it and this is the times that I'm available and these are my terms and conditions. It may only be 5 or 10 minutes to do that, but you times that by the 200 plants that you're trying to sell at the moment. It's suddenly going to eat up your whole day. So it takes time, and that is one of the things that I do. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, she just sits on Facebook all day. I'm working. Sorry, just because you see me online, I don't have time to answer you. I'm sorry, I'm working. I'm posting things for sale. I'm talking to my customers. You might see that little green light and think, oh, she's got a nice life. She's just sitting there on the phone. I'm actually busy and I can't always answer you straight away. So if you see me online and I'm not answering you, I'm preoccupied with something to do with the business. I don't ignore people. It's not who I am. I'm just preoccupied. So that's something. Speaking of getting online, I have missed a phone call from a friend of ours who actually lives over in France, and I was supposed to Skype with that person, and I had promised them that I was going to do that. So somehow today I need to try and squeeze that one in. So I absolutely love you, Charlie. I'm so sorry. I missed your phone call and then you called me back and it was at 1 a.m. So I did ignore that one. I heard the phone call come through and I did put you on silent. I'm sorry. So I'm going to call you back. Promise. So I have also got customers that I've got a message back today. So not just with comments, I have customers that have wanted to purchase things or have purchased things that I need to make times with, give them prices on, give them sizes on, give them info on the plants. People will ask me all the time about a plant and they'll say sold pending. What does this plant need? And then I've got to go through, and it takes time for me to write up. This plant requires such and such a light conditions, such and such watering, prefers this type of soil. That takes time. So yes, again, you'll see me on Facebook. I'm probably doing that. What else have we got to do today? I've got to get a new Google Docs up for the plant swap. So that's going to take time because I have never done one of those, which means that I need to research how to create a Google Docs that I can share with somebody and then make it happen. So that's got to be done today. I also have to research some of the plants that I've purchased over the last 2 weeks or that I've swapped with people because people didn't necessarily know the exact cultivar or the name of that plant. Pardon me. And I need to be able to list that and say, this is blah. Because if somebody asks me and I say I don't know, I feel like I'm letting that person down, because I do know a lot about plants, but I don't know everything. I am not a horticulturalist. I did study horticulture, but I'm not a qualified horticulturalist, so I don't know everything that there is to know. Sometimes I just need to get down on the internet and research things. So that's just some of the things that I have got to get done today, and I'm not going to get through all of that list. There are about a billion other things that I'm just not going to go through. I'm just conscious of how long this video is going for, and I don't want to just be like reading out a list to you. So yeah, hopefully you guys can take that and just understand that if somebody works for themselves and they work from home, just because they don't have a job does not mean they are not working. I work hard. I work long hours, and I don't expect anybody to feel sorry for me, because that is my choice. I choose to do that because it suits my lifestyle. It suits my personality. So that is what I love to do. But if I say to you, no, I can't come out for coffee, no, I can't come out for lunch, no, I can't come and hang out at your house for 2 or 3 hours, please be respectful of the fact that I have probably put in a 14 or a 16-hour day today. So it might not seem like work to you, but it is. So that's basically all I wanted to do. I hope it didn't end up sounding too much like a gripe session, but I just wanted to put it out there because so many times I get that comment or that message where people think that I don't do anything all day, and I'm flat out from the second that I open my eyes until the second that I close my eyes. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. See you next time, guys. Bye.